Welcome back everybody to Forza Horizon 5, and yeah, we're going to be continuing on with the Baja aspect of this game. So we've got two more to do on here. So we're going to do a V10, become a stunt driver for a movie. Sounds interesting.
Great! They're filming for the new Vanguard Force movie, and the star Frankie BEAUMONT was asking around for you. I still don't think the two of you look anything alike, but Frankie really seems to need your help.
I'm willing to help. So yeah, we're going to get there in the recent release Renault 8 Gordini. Easily one of my favourite cars to be added to the Forza series. That's a new one. Yeah, it's just a fantastic little sports car, to be honest. Essence of driving, I guess you could say. With, yeah, it's only got 103 horsepower, so what? It's still fast enough for what it is, and really fun to drive. Basically like that Peugeot there behind us. That's only got 99 horsepower, and yet it's still easily one of the best cars to be added on the...
You have arrived at your destination.
Added to the Forza series after it was added in the previous game. So yeah, New Horizon story. We've unlocked so many of these recently. So yeah, international film star Frankie BEAUMONT needs some help. People seem to think you look a bit alike. Okay then. Is it going to be an identical character to us?
Wow! It's like looking in a mirror.
No.
Right? I mean, the perfect stunt double is an identical twin. You said you wanted some driving lessons. Get in! Let's go!
Unless it is and I'm blind.
So, there's a new movie. Vanguard Force 10.
Yeah, I've seen the teasers. And I had fun driving stunts in the last one.
Right. The director is insisting we do our own stunts this time round. So I need to get decent after the standard you set on the last one.
Have to do your own stunts? Oof. Well, let's see what we can do.
Come on, keep up, Frankie.
That's the Stockholm slide.
More like the Scandinavian flick, but, you know, close enough. Yeah, he really needs to learn how to drive, because that is proper off-road there. Not really on the road at all there.
We've already started filming. It's hopeless. I'll never impress Victor Garcia Hernandez as a driver or legitimate dramatic
Oh yeah,
actor.
he's a spitting images of
Actually, I have
us.
an idea. Since, you know, there's a bit of resemblance here. What if we don't tell anyone and hang on. You do the driving and I do the acting. I think we can pull that off.
Easy 3 stars there. So yeah, that's another Horizon story we'll be dealing with.
I've got a stunt coming up.
We'll do another one
Get the
actually.
costume on and pretend to be me.
In 200 yards, turn right. Turn right.
And we'll slowly but surely get there in this car. Enjoy it a bit more. Yeah, love the way that this car sounds as well. It's got a real eagerness to it. In fact, it's revving to more than 7,000 RPM. When, you know, most inline fours really weren't. It's also a joy. Where are we actually being planned to go? Yeah, and we'll see you when we get there, because that is quite obviously a long way. I thought it was just going to be more of a straight road, but evidently not. So yeah, I'll see you when we get here. Right, so we're nearly there. It's taken a while to get up this mountain, because yeah, this isn't the fastest car, I know that. And yeah, that could be an issue for some people, but yeah, even at its slowest, it's still a reasonable car to enjoy. But yeah, when you eventually get it going a little bit, it's an absolutely fantastic car to drive. So yeah, that's the way it is sometimes. It's a nice little addition to the area there. Caution, filming in progress.
You have arrived at your destination.
Right, scene 15. Alex Colbo, agent of resistance organisation Ember, races downhill to escape from oversight, smashing through debris. Okay then.
Don't sweat the dial-up, mate. We'll get that later. You just focus on your driving.
Okay, Mike. Will do.
Mate, come see me after we cut. I'll get you some lozenges or something.
Scene 15. Downhill escape stunt sequence. Action! Righto, Victor. And this is the very first shot of the movie, yeah? No intro, just straight in with the car chases. Well, you're the genius.
Very good, Mike. I'm in the helicopter. I look forward to seeing what our driver can do. That was Mike Steele. He does the stunt direction, while Victor is the overall director. Seems like he bought it.
Obstacles ahead. You haven't done this before. Just keep your foot down and take the hit, okay?
Not my first time.
Now, keep a tight line through here. Don't know about Victor, but that looks mint to me.
So we've got a limited amount of time that can be off-road. It's a cumulative amount, not resetting every time we get back on the road. So that's a little bit trickier, I guess.
Victor's in the aerial unit. Says he likes to have a God's eye view. Hang on, we'll put him on.
We are the stuff that dreams are made of, my friends. Mexico is our canvas, the car our paintbrush, and Vanguard Force 10 will be our masterpiece. Andalo, let's go!
Less than a minute to go.
In 400 yards, turn left. Turn left.
Get some corners. Did it. Yes.
And that's it! Cut!
Did he buy it? He did. We can make this work.
Yes, we can. Especially if we get 3 stars all the time. Right, I think we'll do some racing now. See what's about.
Mike and his crew are ready for the next stunt. I snuck away to my trailer to call you. Victor thinks I'm preparing.
Right, we've got a street race right down here. We've not done plenty of them, to be honest, so let's get there. See what we're going to be driving in.
Turn left.
Bouncy, bouncy Jeep going past.
Turn left.
don't know
400
about you, but
yards, you
this
will
makes
arrive
me
at your destination.
reminds me of a more sporty version of the Volkswagen Type 3, which is also rear engine, rear wheel drive. Kind of looks the same in terms of shape as well.
You have arrived at your destination.
Obviously this Scordini is far better. Right, Costa Rocoso, or ROCOSA. Starting in a beautiful area of the living desert, this route takes you around the outskirts of the Horizon Festival Mexico site before detouring to Punta Allen and finishing at the golf course. Okay then, so yeah, we've got a nice variety of cars to choose from. We've got a Ferrari, got an Audi, a Porsche, Ford GT70, Supra, 911 and a GTC4 Lusso. I think we'll go for... well, I think it's ugly as hell, but it is a formidable car, so let's get in the Panamera. It's not a car I'd buy, but in terms of the ones we've got to choose from, and yeah, its power and the all-wheel drive system, it's no doubt a formidable car to drive, but yeah, certainly not close to being my favourite Porsche. It is a bit of a heavyweight though, and I don't imagine it's any more heavy than the likes of that Audi behind us. Oh, AI traffic getting in the way. I do actually quite like the engine that's in this car, even if I'm not a massive fan of the look of the car itself. Good V8 in it. The Audi behind us that has that V10. Love that car. Wish we could have the estate version though. Got a Hoonigan vehicle up front. I think that's a Maserati Gran Turismo as well in the first place. You ain't gonna hold that position, Toyota. I have way more power than you. That's right, this car's king in a straight line. The Hoonigan vehicle, which does not have the best of top speeds. Quick acceleration than anyone else with that car. Well, we got a decent win there, but obviously it was not a walkover. We didn't get past the Maserati until the last 10% or so of the track, so yeah, still fun enough race, and yeah, the Panamera putting in a good showing there, even if it is ugly as sin. So yeah, I think we'll go dive into another Horizon story now. We've obviously got plenty to try out. I think there's a VW one right up front then as well. We've either got to do... Alejandro has been researching downforce and how to put it as much of it on the Beetle as possible, or need someone willing to drive it past a speed camera as quickly as possible.
There's a speed trap here. I bet
the speed
you've never
camera, to be
seen a
honest, I
butcher
like
like
speed.
ours.
Now, obviously the other one can be done in after you've done this one, but I'll do those in my own time. otherwise we'll be here forever with all of the Horizon stories we've got to do.
Turn right. Turn right.
Let's briskly get towards it. Doing what this car does best and cover large miles in no time at all.
You have arrived at your destination.
See how fast we can go.
Take a look at this.
I like it. I don't understand it, but I like it.
Get in and I'll explain.
Speed, that's what it's all about. Cool, we got the engine hanging out.
Whoa! This thing can really move.
Right? I've got a route laid in for you. Go for it.
Yeah, they've really upped their game with the customization on this game, as you will see with the next How Fast Will It Go? Because I've found a car that looks pretty spectacular and upgraded. Yeah, I love the fact that you can now have the air-cooled engine hanging out from the rear there. It's pretty
You
easy.
can stop now. I fixed the brakes.
That was fantastic. This thing is fast.
Yeah, no doubt about
It's
that.
really special, right? Just wait till you see what Papa Fernando did with it next.
$199. I thought we only needed 190, didn't we? So comfortably above the score that we needed.
You think you can get a bocho sideways? I've been playing around with the wheel angle. Meet me here if you want to get your drift on. I've also got an idea for an assault course. Let's meet here if you want to try that. You're
Assault
gonna
course
like this
sounds like
assault
fun.
course. If I ever finish setting it up.
How far? Right, let's get in a faster car. Oh, we've got a wheel spin to do. Let's do that quick. Yay, 200 grand. So you can see that I got quite a lot of money. I could easily afford that Mercedes AMG 1 or whatever it's called at the moment, but I want to save up for other cars or keep the money for other cars, because at the end of the day I can get the Mercedes for free by doing the festival playlist stuff. So yeah, we're going to get in the Lotus because I do absolutely adore this Via. This is an absolutely insane electric car. Just love how quickly it gets to a stop speed of 221. It's like, there we go. No car in this game gets to its top speed as quick as this. And yeah, it makes getting around on this map fairly easily and comfortably in this car. It's also really good in terms of handling as well. All-wheel drive system and the lack of weight in the body is working in tandem. Obviously you can mess it up like I did just then, but that's all the exception to the rule and the typical experience with this car. Just me prattling around there though. Yeah, as you can see, we're covered about 5 miles in no time at all. It's just so effortless in a car like this.
Turn left. Turn left. I also find it to be really well good in terms of drifting as well.
got some freestyle drift zones out of this car. It's in stock as well, by the way. It's been
You
really
have
fun.
arrived at your destination.
Right. See what this assault course is all about.
Ah, just in time. We're ready for you.
Yeah?
I really wanted to see what this car can do, agility-wise. So, I built you a challenge course. Want to give it a shot?
Yes, I do.
Definitely.
I thought so. Get in. I'll get you up to speed.
Nice pun.
We've set up a bunch of ramps and obstacles all around here. Follow your route and get through it as fast as you can.
We have to get 250,000 to get 3 stars. It's obviously quite a big ask. Keep that skill chain going up, we'll be alright. Left. We've done it, but we came close.
Fantastic! That was quite the show. I'm going to need to feel a couple of dents, but that's the good thing with a bocho. You just get your hammer and some hot water.
This is a great car. Your great-granddad would have loved to have seen it, I'm sure.
Definitely. A pity we can't show him. Never mind, get out of here. I'll call you soon.
How close did we come? Oh, only 11,000 off. Well, that wasn't bad, considering it's my first time, so yeah, but you can revisit those Horizon stories, you can do the other ones that you had the choice between.
One more thing I want from the bocho. A photograph, so the memories last even longer than a Volkswagen Beetle. I can think of a couple of places. The place where Papa Fernando left it for us to find, or the Baja where he did all his off-road racing. What do you think?
Baja.
He would have wanted to see it running free in the Baja. Meet me.
Right, we'll just do this and then we'll end it there. feels rather apt to end it on a conclusion of the Horizon story.
Turn
That's
around
what we've
when
mainly
it
done
is
today.
safe to do so. In 200 yards, turn left. Turn left.
And as we look to the past in terms of the Volkswagen Beetle, we'll drive there in the future, which is an EV car. This Lotus shows that electric cars can be fun. Oh dear, if a little bit unruly at times. Find fascinating about this is the fact that each wheel has about 470 horsepower, 470, 490 horsepower, whatever, from one electric motor. So if you just use one out of this car, you could have a sports saloon on your hands. So
You have arrived
which is
at your
really impressive.
destination.
Right, in the hills.
I took off all the mods and extras, just like the day Papa Fernando bought it in 1963. Puro bocho original.
Still one of the coolest looking cars ever.
Eh,
¿Verdad? Now, let's take it back.
not really. It's still a Beetle at the end of the day.
So long as we don't lose it again.
Thought we were putting it in the Baja again. Oh well. Not really fussed, it's gonna be done either way when I eventually get around to the rest of it. Oh, this car handles like dog poo. I tried drifting it and it just ended up turning around on me. Cross country.
This was wonderful. Not just all the bocho stunts and races, connecting with mi familia and Papa Fernando. When we're driving this car, it really feels like he's here with us, no? I'm going to hang his picture right next to the one we take so he can always watch over me in el taller.
I understand. I really appreciate you sharing this with me.
It's nothing, really. I'm sure he'd have liked you too. Vamos. Let's get the photo while we still have the light.
We actually gotta find the barn find again. I have no idea where it was. Oops, I have scratched your car.
Look familiar, Vocho? This is the place.
Well, that found it easy enough. Didn't expect to stumble across it so quickly. There we go. Come on, process a little bit quicker.
Perfecto. When he took a photo here, it was the end. But for us, it's just the beginning. I want to say muchísimas gracias for everything. We always put Papa Fernando's picture on the ofrenda for Dia de los Muertos. This year, I'll have a lot to say to him.
Tell him the Vocho is in safe hands.
It will be. Abuela Rosa says her papa would want the Bocho to go to a racer just like him. And I agree. So, it's yours now.
What? Ale, no.
Just promise you'll always bring it back to my taller. Now get out of here. You have a Hall of Fame to enter. That should give Papa Fernando and I time to work on more ideas.
Cool. Well, at least I got a car out of it. Don't think I already had a Beetle, to be honest, so at least I don't have to buy one now.
Saludos again. Remember our stock versus scratch race where I beat you by about 2 millas?
Not how I remember it.
Papa Fernando said a racer should be their own mecánico. Well, I have the ultimate test. Come and meet me.
What's this? Oh, alright then. Let's go and do that. I did say we would conclude the Horizon story, so I'm not going to lie on that front. Get there in no time with this beast of a car. I'm interested to see what she's done to the Beetle, or the Vulture. Because they have done some weird stuff with upgrades or different kinds of versions of cars on these Horizon stories or the game generally, so it's always interesting to see what they've done. Hard to get your head around the speed that this car can get, so that's why I make the odd mistake with it, because it's like you don't feel like it's going as fast as it is, or obviously it's not going to sound it's going as fast as it's going because no real engine noise, so it lulls you into a false sense of security. It's like we're now doing 221 and it does not feel it. Not that it feels slow, no doubt about that, but it's just a lack of an engine noise or anything like that. It's something new to get used to, really. Yeah, I'm really glad that they put something like this on the game. Hopefully with the festival playlist or the car pass we'll get some more electric vehicles that are new to the series.
You have arrived at your destination.
Right. See what she's done.
So, what do you have planned, Ellie?
Nada. Well, I did get a hold of a bare VW Beetle chassis, and I have built something from scratch. Papa Fernando would probably think I've gotten a little bit loca.
And you've got a coding zig here too, because
We're going to race them, of course. This time I get stuck, and don't hold anything back.
I'll try not to. So we're going to try and beat a Collins egg in a Beetle. Oh, okay then. Granted, it's not the most modern one. Still. Way more grip than I was expecting. And it's hardly slow. Yeah, we've probably got the lower top speed than the Collins egg, but I think we get there a lot quicker.
What did you think of my hyper vocho?
I think you set this whole thing up just so you can say hypervocho.
Maybe I did. If you like, bring your vocho down to the auto show sometime, and I'll show you how to customize it.
Yeah, it's got a lot of grip, but once that grip goes, it really goes. It's not a car to really want to be sliding around in. I don't know how they expect you to get this there in less than 2 minutes 40. So It's a bit unreasonable as far as I'm concerned. Put it up that corner again. Not the best at driving this thing. Again, it is a strange car to me. Come on, we're not that far off. Don't like it says 1 point whatever miles.
Brilliant!
Deceived me.
Well done. Oh, and mi familia has organized a small exhibit of Papa Fernando's things at the outpost. You should take un vistazo.
He sounds like a great guy. I wish I'd known him.
And we finish off that story with 3 stars. Obviously we've still got some other stuff to do, and then obviously some that we might not have got 3 stars on, but yeah, that's most of that story done. Get a wheel spin. Nice 720S Spider. I think that's one of the cars that has the roof that can come down on it. In fact, just to verify that for you guys, let's take a look. Just want to see it in action, to be honest. Yes, it is. I love the fact that they've finally done this. It's been a long time coming that we've had, convertibles being a convertible. The big problem I had with this car being added in the previous game was the fact that you couldn't do this. Now you can. So yeah, there we go. That's the end of the transit there. That's the end of this episode. Hope you enjoyed all of the Horizon stories that we did, and yeah, we've got plenty more of those to do, but they're for the next one. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I hopefully will see you in that next one. Bye.